thanks to our partners Forsyth Barr. We've talked a lot recently about how business confidence is on the rise, and the latest research from Forsyth Barr reflects this. They've just published the latest edition of their Pulse of New Zealand Business Survey. Mark Richardson is investment advisor at Forsyth Barr here at the desk. Mark, good morning.
G'day, mate.
What are we hearing?
Good news, Ryan. Things are picking up. It's now, this survey, by the way, is the biggest of its kind in the country. A really good level of respondents. We get a really good snapshot, but on average, on aggregate, it's a really good result. We've got over 50% of respondents expect their profits to grow over the next year. Ratio of 5 to 2 expect the next 12 months to be better for them. Already over the last 3 months, half of respondents saw an increase in demand for their goods, just 23% the other way. 50% expect the economy to be better, 70% think it'll be worse. Significantly, the regions were leading the cities by a value of 3 to 1, three times, quite amazing. And we sort of surmise that down to the fact that construction and retail are still struggling. But you've got agriculture, freight and professional services doing well. Now, construction and retail, the value of that, the larger value tends to sit in the urban areas, in the city areas. Agriculture, freight and professional services can be spread across the country, so those ones doing well. And if you go back, I think, we've done this survey a few times, the really significant thing about this survey was there was an increase in sentiment when there was a change of government, all right, okay, that people were positive, but didn't know what was going to happen. Then rates came down, that created some positivity. But since then, you know, the economy's still been flat. And reality have set in. But while that reality has set in, we've seen these results. So it would suggest that we are at the start of a decent recovery, which is encouraging.
Good. Yeah, and it was always going to be a bit patchy getting out of it. You know, like it's not smooth sailing out of a.
Well, it's never linear, is it?
No,
nothing goes in a straight line.
No, but this is a reason for optimism, and this is despite the Trump stuff. This is post all of that tariffs. So this is people saying, you know what, to hell with that. We're actually feeling pretty good about the future.
So this sets a playing field in my space, and you know what we're trying. We're hoping for some results from the New Zealand market, but what you have to be aware of is the market is forward-looking. So when you get these positive results like this, in some areas and some sectors, maybe that has already been priced into share prices. So what we are trying to do, and why it's important to have someone with a big research machine behind them, like a Forsyth Barr, is you're looking for areas where that growth is not quite factored into the share price. Or you're looking at ones where, yes, there has been a bump in share price, but we expect in that sector earnings to continue to grow. And those are the things you're looking to invest your money.
Like construction, where are we at with construction? Because we expect it to come back at some point.
And it's important.
So would you buy now? You know.
Well, in the right ones. Construction is something that tends to follow the cycle. It seems to pick up late in the cycle. Retail, once the cycle is good, retail, let's say, sits sort of in the middle. So your sectors that tend to indicate and get onto the cycle and start to improve early in the cycle are things like professional services, so auditing, accounting, consultancy, that sort of stuff. Freight and agriculture, of course, is doing well. The other thing you've got to be very aware of, though, while you know we're excited about the prospects of our New Zealand market and finding the businesses that are undervalued that are going to really do well if the cycle is turning, the New Zealand market is only 0.2%. Of world markets. So you can't get overly focused.
No.
You've still got to be aware that there is a world of opportunity outside that.
Mark, good to have you in the studio.
Cheers, mate.
Take care. That's Mark Richardson, who's with Forsyth Barr.